We'll now move to the announcement of this year's winners of the RIBA President's Awards for Research. And I'd like to invite to the stage the chair of the RIBA's Research and Innovation Group, Professor Murray Fraser from the Bartlett School of Architecture, UCL.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As the chair of the RIBA's Research and Innovation Group, I'd just like to say a few words about the RIBA's President's Research Awards. 2012 saw the 7th annual cycle of this award scheme, which continues to grow in prestige year on year. These awards exist to acknowledge exceptional contributions to the field of architectural knowledge. The winning submissions offer new insights, have the potential to influence, are intellectually precise, and are clearly communicated. Although they're unable to compete with the long history of the President's Medals, this relatively new programme receives an exceptionally high standard of entries, with a growing number of submissions every year. In 2012, we saw a particularly noticeable increase in the number of entries in the PhD category, up 64% on the previous record. These awards are held in very high regard around the world, and submissions received from international schools of architecture, including the Chinese University of Hong Kong, the Royal Melbourne Institute of Technology, and the National University of Singapore. We present awards in 4 categories. Firstly, an award for the best master's thesis completed by a student at an RIBA-validated School of Architecture. Secondly, an award for the best PhD thesis completed by a student at an RIBA-validated School of Architecture. Thirdly, an award for an outstanding piece of research undertaken by an individual or a group situated within an RIBA-validated School of Architecture. And the fourth one is an award for an outstanding piece of research carried out in an architectural practice by an RIBA member or a group of RIBA members. New for 2012 was the first award I mentioned, that for an outstanding master's thesis degree. With an additional category to judge and the growing quantity of entries, we decided to increase the panel of judges to 11 this year. I'd like to take this chance to thank each of these judges. Greg Penor from Penor and Prasad, who chaired the panel. Jerry Adler from the School of Architecture at Kent University. Kenny Ash of Ash Secular Architects. Barnabas Calder from the University of Liverpool. Jonathan Hale from the University of Nottingham. Ruth Morrow from Queen's University, Belfast. Doina Petrescu from the University of Sheffield. Adam Shah from the University of Newcastle. Bob Shield from the Bartlett School of Architecture, UCL. Cindy Walters of Walters & Cohen, and Andrew Waugh of Waugh Thistleton Architects. I must also here thank the Building Research Establishment for providing invaluable assistance in assessing the projects with a substantial building technology component. The awards are conducted in the spirit of the RIBA's Charter of 1834, promoting the acquisition of architectural knowledge. It is a principle that is relevant today as it was when the Institute was first founded. It's one of the RIBA's strategic priorities to become the built environment's hub for knowledge and research, and the continuing development of the RIBA's President's Award for Research helps to underpin this ambition. The RIBA sits at the intersection between practice and academia, and we have been delighted to witness a number of award entries this year that have bridged that divide as well. With designers choosing to reflect critically on their own projects and practice, and teams of practitioners collaborating with academic partners, we regard these overlaps as a positive sign of strength of the relationship between architectural design and research. Thank you.